Hey, Ronicon here.
Hey.
Back with more Fallout action-tastic stuff.
Morning.
Not a rant today, really. Nothing to rant about specifically. So, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. You'll notice, people, that World of Warcraft went up day before yesterday. And I think there was a bit of confusion. What am I doing playing that game? Well, little do people know, I'm a fan of WoW. Yeah. Not as in I play it anymore, really. It's the first time I've jumped back on it in 3 years. But I've got quite people going, why have you got an alliance character? Why you got no horde? Blah blah blah. I've got a bunch of characters from way back. You know, I first played that game in 2008 when I was writing my script for my first feature film. I was only writing 5 pages a day and I had nothing else to do. I didn't have a job at the time, so I was just writing and playing that stupid game all day with Geo. He got me playing it, and I was ridiculously addicted at first. I created a human warrior and I got him to 70, and it took 21 fucking days of game time. 70 was the max cap at the time, just before Lich King and stuff. And it was a painful grind. I ended up disliking the character by the end and wished I'd played with another one. But I thought it was a pretty cool game at the time. It was the first and only MMO I played, apart from Elder Scrolls Online, which I only played for the channel. And I thought it was pretty cool. I also created a Warlock Blood Elf, occasionally playing with that at the same time, and I got him to about level 40 or something. And I think I made a Paladin because I soon realised that they were more interesting than warriors. And I only got him to 30, it was just too dull, too slow, the grind. And then Geo, after getting to level 70, got banned because he was using some kind of dodgy hacks to farm items for gold. And Blizzard happened to do a scan for that, coincidentally, but they don't do it often by all accounts. And he got banned. And he quit then, he didn't really care, didn't want to play it anymore anyway. And I think I was playing it for about 6 months altogether, until I finished the script. And then I kind of started to feel like it was a bit of a grind. I know people are saying that the end game is the most interesting bit, but I don't think so, because that's the bit... I hate PvP because I hate mouse and keyboard, so... I mean, I play on a mouse and keyboard on it, but I'm no good at it, so... I'll be moving my man around with a mouse, while all these kids who play it too much are using the fucking keyboards and kicking the shit out of me. I didn't even used to get any kills. It was just inept. And the raids are fun, but don't they go on for hours? I know we used to do the dungeons occasionally, me and Geo, through the levels, and sometimes they take 5 hours. And you can't leave or anything, you just gotta sit there playing it. It's like, I don't have fucking that much time to spare, especially now. You can't play a game for 5 hours without a break. It starts to make you feel in pain, you start getting strained eyes, your back starts to get cramped up. It does me anyway, and I can't be doing that shit. I can play for about an hour max, and I gotta go do something else. 1, because I've got things to do, and 2, because it gets uncomfortable after that. I don't know how these people play it all fucking day. So I quit sometime at the end of the summer of 2008, and then I returned again just before Skyrim came out, end of 2011, just before I started doing YouTube actually. And the reason I went back to it was because they were doing a triple XP if you quest with a buddy, so I made Geo come back even though he didn't want to. And I got a free level 80, which I made my Paladin 80 because I was sick of playing with him. Didn't want to grind him up there. And then I quested with Geo with a mage drain eye thing, whatever the hell you pronounce it, and he was a what was he? He was a rogue night elf. And it took like 2 weeks just to get to level 80 with that triple XP questing together. We didn't even do any dungeons or anything, we just shot up in seconds. And then at the same time as that, they were doing a thing where, because I recruited Geo, I got for every 2 levels we leveled up together, I got to give a level to somebody else. So I just gave 40 levels to some fucking druid night elf that I never even played with. And we did it so fast that there was still time in it. I think it was like 2 months you had to use up your triple XP. So we leveled up a Tauren Hunter I had, and he had a zombie warlock. And we leveled those two. We got him up to about 71. And it ran out. And then Geo quit again. He just thought the game was boring now. I played it for a bit longer, but ultimately I did start to feel like a day. It felt like a day job. You get up, you do some dailies or something, and I'd be like, what am I doing this for? I'm not going to get anything out of this. I'm not making any money. I'm not going to get laid. It just started to feel like a weird addiction. And what was the point? So I quit again.
It started about 6 months ago.
And I went back.
First it was just
that day I uploaded the vid pretty much after another 3 years. Just because I'm bored at the minute. I finished Demon Souls already. I haven't put the footage up yet, but I finished it. And I'm waiting for Bloodborne now in GTA. So I thought, oh fuck it, I'll play it and see. I've never played it on a proper rig PC either. This gaming rig PC that I've got now I didn't have last time I played it. So I would be playing it with 15 frames a second sometimes and low settings. Now I can play it on everything maxed out with some stupid resolution and 60 frames a second. It looks quite nice. Wow, I love the art style of WoW. That's the main reason I like it. It's got like a battle chasers, you know, Warhammer style that I really like. And that's the main reason I like it, really. I just think it's got a good atmosphere. Sometimes it's a love-hate. I sort of don't like it because it's a bit of a grind and it does take too long, and you do start to feel like a total loser if you play it for too long. But, you know, I've got 2 weeks before this fucking Bloodborne comes out, so I thought, why not? And I've got a bit addicted to it again like a loser.
About 3 years ago,
I was playing it all morning today, and after I was playing it, before I went to do my sort of jog and went to get my lunch and stuff, I started to feel in pain. My back was killing me, and I was like, this is just ridiculous. I've just done a workout and I still feel fucked up. Because if you sat perfectly still staring at a screen, you know, I don't do that when I make YouTube vids or if I'm playing a game on the consoles. I don't know. I just find it uncomfortable to play for hours on end, you know.
Okay.
But you find yourself doing it for some reason. It's like a weird addiction. So, I'll probably do a few more vids on it, but I won't keep playing with the monk. I was just testing him out. I'm going to keep randomly playing with all the characters, because that's what I'm using. How long I'll stick with it, I don't know. I probably won't have time to play it once Bloodborne comes out. But, Geo won't go back though. I can't get him to play again. He just doesn't want to ever go back to WoW. But he's going to be playing Bloodborne with me. I'm probably going to trade my PS3 in for a PS4 so I can get Bloodborne. Geo's already got a PS4, but I haven't got one yet. But Demon Souls, yeah, I finished it recently, and I'm not going to spoil it and say wherever I had any trouble later on, but I'd say it's definitely not as good as Dark Souls 1 and 2. I just prefer Dark Souls 1 and 2. It's a very small game, it wasn't on very long. And I thought the bosses were terrible, and I don't mean because they were easy, because as you know, that doesn't bother me if a game's easy. I just thought they were shit designs, most of them. Some were cool. I like the old hero, he was good. The Dragon God was kind of cool. But that might be it, really. I thought the rest were pretty terrible. They were kind of lacking in imagination, kind of bland. But it's still a good game. I still liked it. If you're a Souls fan and you happen to own a PS3, I'd recommend it. I wouldn't recommend buying a PS3 just to get it, though. But if you've got a PS3 and you missed out on it, get it. It's good fun. Although don't get it if you want it to be hard, because it's not a hard game. I suppose you could make it hard for yourself if you purposely did it naked with some shit weapon that isn't very powerful, but I personally wouldn't find that fun. People were moaning at me that I cheesed the game with magic and bow and arrow, but I tried to cheese all the Dark Souls games, and Dark Souls 1 and 2 wouldn't let me get away with it much, and I'd still get my ass kicked. You know, it was just an easy game end of. If you can cheese it, then it's easy, you know. I'm not going to give a challenge to myself. That's not the kind of person I am. But people say, oh, it's just because you're a Souls pro now. It's like, well, no, because Dark Souls 1, that playthrough I just did, if you look at the death montage, I still did get my ass handed to me, and I played that game before. You know, this was a game I would never play before, and I barely died. So, even if you know what's coming in a Dark Souls game, they're pretty tough, the other two. But that one wasn't really. Not that I'm complaining though, I don't think that's a criticism of the game personally. I kind of preferred the fact that it was a bit easier. I think they are too hard, the other ones. But I was more disappointed as in I just thought it wasn't big enough for me. I didn't really like the level design much, and I thought the bosses were a bit crap. That's why I didn't dig it. It didn't bother me that it was easy. But I recently got Dynasty Warriors Empires, the 8th one, and again, I'm a Dynasty Warriors fan, but I don't really like it really. It's not as good as the 3rd Dynasty Warriors is my favourite one because it was hard. It was really hard, that one. Ironically, I like Dynasty Warriors being hard because I'm really good at it, but this new one is fucking too easy. If you go on Chaos difficulty, it's hard off the bat, but that's because you've got like a level 1 man with no weapons. But as soon as you level up your man, it becomes dead easy. And the 3rd one was hard, even with a maxed out man and all the best stuff, it was still fucking hard. So, but I might do a vid on it because you can create characters in it. So I've created Hrothgar, or the closest I could make it look to Hrothgar in that game. And I've created something that looks like what maybe Banana would play with. And I've created Kasumi Ninja. And I've created Fook Yu from the Banana Show. So I might do like a fictional Empires playthrough with Hrothgar or something. See, I'm just mucking around really for now until Bloodborne comes out, you know. And of course, The Witcher 3 this year. That's looking good, hopefully.
It's going to be a dream.
But my script is currently finished, so that's why I've got free time to play WoW. And I've sent it to this script editor in LA, who's reading it for me, to see if it sucks. Because when you write a screenplay, and you won't know this if you're not a writer, you can become just too close. You can't see the wood for the trees. You don't know if you've really written a good script or not, because you know, you're too close to it. Other people who know what they're talking about will tell you if it sucks, but you don't really know.
What you have done for us is,
you know, I can read someone else's screenplay and tell them exactly what's wrong with it, but my own is sometimes hard. I rewrote it a bunch of times. I spotted things wrong with it, but is it ready now to be sent to studios and production companies? I don't know. This guy's going to tell me. He might tell me it fucking sucks, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. I might be pissed. But we'll see what he says.
Anything else I can do for you?
But then I might have to make a short of the film if it's ready to go, and try and take that to some kind of production companies and see what goes down. But you know, Gio's got all of his hopes into GTA now. He's hoping that's as big as Skyrim was for us when it came out because of the camera mode and the mod. Doing machinimas again, so you know, if they start to do well, it may become a GTA channel. This
is the convoy attacker dead?
You know, temporarily, because nothing ever lasts. But at the end of the day, you know, YouTube is how I'm making a living at the moment. You know,
that's what I like to hear.
So once again, I want to thank the patrons, because that's the only reason that I'm still doing this. The channel doesn't do enough views anymore. It did in the Skyrim days, but not no more. And I want to ask anyone else who wants to keep the channel alive to check out the link below every video to check out the patron vid and the patron scheme to get involved, to see those rewards. You know, there's some pretty good rewards. DVD of all the battle vids with commentary that was never released on the channel of all of the machinimas that we ever made. A few other prizes. And cool shit. And my eternal thanks to all those people who've patroned. There's some stalwart patrons who've patroned as much as $700 overall, which is unbelievable. And they have my incredible gratitude. That's why I'm doing TJ Laser again. TJ Laser is not worth doing anymore for me because the views aren't any good on it for the effort it takes. But because the patrons, a lot of them are big fans of the show, that's why I still do it, really. So you can, those who don't patron and like TJ Laser, thank the patrons for why I can still do it, because if it wasn't for that I definitely wouldn't do it. Not that I don't kind of enjoy doing TJ Laser, because I do find it kind of funny when it's edited. It amuses me. But I don't like making it though. I don't want to play Mass Effect 1 again. And writing it is so annoying. And editing it isn't the most fun thing in the world either, but you know, I'm glad people like it still, you know, even though the views aren't what they were. That's my fault though, because I make it so rarely that people forget it even exists. I need to make it once a week, but it's too much work really to do every week. If it was getting 1 million views, I'd do it every week, you know. I'm already writing the next episode. I'm going to try and get the next episode out before Bloodborne, because once that game comes out, I'll be very hard pressed to do anything but Bloodborne. Unless Bloodborne turns out to suck. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be good. It's made by the same guys who made Dark Souls. I assume it's going to be hard, so I assume I'll get my ass kicked. Which I know is what people want to see. Demon Souls, that didn't get my ass kicked in the end. I know people say make it challenging for myself and play it naked or something, but then you see, I don't like raging. I rage because I've just got a bad temper. But I don't actually like raging, you know. I'm not going to purposefully die because it will piss me off having to play through those stages again. If I die, it's because I genuinely die. I don't really like fake dying. Not because, well, it probably is less funny, but also because I just don't want to play through the level again. I don't like dying. It pisses me off. This is an overpowered modded gun I've got here in Fallout, by the way. Insta kills everything. Ruins the game, really. I think I was just using it because it was kind of fun, though. To blow everything away. Forget what the mod's called. All the mods are listed below. It's like a Japanese armor mod thing. You get these cool Japanese type suits of armor and ridiculously overpowered guns. But some of the mod dungeons were really hard in Fallout, so you need possibly a cheaty gun. Still waiting for Bethesda to announce Fallout 4. They better do it. Because if Fallout 4 ever comes out, then this channel will definitely turn into a Fallout 4 channel, because I'll probably adore it. And if it's Bethesda, it'll probably have all the console commands again like Skyrim did, and I'd have far more fun making machinimas on Fallout than I did Skyrim. Because I'm not a big fan of Elder Scrolls, to be honest. You know, I prefer World of Warcraft, for example. I think World of Warcraft's more interesting, its world. Skyrim and Elder Scrolls, I find it a bit dull, really. But Fallout, I love though. I love Fallout. Much bigger fan of Fallout than Elder Scrolls. This thing has got a cooler lore, cooler world. The quests are more interesting. The idea of being a cunt too is more fun than just being a nice guy, which you mainly are in Elder Scrolls. That's why I don't do Throthgar play Skyrim very often, because I don't really like playing Skyrim, to be honest. But again, I only ever do that video for patrons, really. I don't really want to play Skyrim ever again. I never even completed it, really. I never really got into it, believe it or not. I like making machinimas on it. And the battle vids, it was kind of fun, but I didn't like playing it, though.
Yeah? Come on.
In some kind of twisted irony. So anyway, yeah, stay tuned for the coming to the end of Demon Souls. And yes, I will be playing fucking Bloodborne and GTA and Witcher 3, as I keep getting asked. And thanks again to those stalwart patrons. You're all powerful. See you later.